Kelly, and I am back with another layout. And today I am telling actually a Thanksgiving story, although it may not look it by what you're looking at right now. So I'm going to take the first three photos and I am going to put those on a background of Vicki Boutin's Storyteller, the Vagabond paper. It's just this navy paper. And really this is kind of like the prep for my dinner that day, and it has some significance. I am part Mexican, and sometimes on holidays in my family, even though it may not be kind of like a traditional thing, sometimes we'll make Mexican food. And I ended up being by myself on Thanksgiving just because I was supposed to spend time with my sister and brother-in-law, and he was exposed to coronavirus, so we couldn't. So I just had dinner by myself, and it was fine. I was perfectly okay with that. So I then added this photo of the ending, which is I made what we call tacos in my family with some beans and rice, or I made a quesadilla, sorry. I made a quesadilla, and then I made the homemade beans and rice. And I was cooking the tortillas on my mom's comal, which is basically in this particular case a cast iron stovetop lid to get the brown and black speckles on the tortillas. If you ever go to a Mexican restaurant, I always want to see those, or it's not quote authentic to me. So anyway, I did those three photos because it's the kind of progression of the dinner, and then I added that one photo, which is the photo of the dinner itself, in the green paper, which is from Vicki Boutin Kaleidoscope. It's from the 12 by 12 pad, and that's the same thing. That striped background paper is from that same 12 by 12 pad. Now, I decided that I was thinking about that 3x4 journaling card, and then I wanted the journaling to be a little bit more horizontal. So I found that die cut from the Vicki Boutin Storyteller line, which is a frame, and then I just put a 3x4 card that I had from Mamby. Me and my big idea is just an old pack from, it was wedding cards from one of my nephew's wedding albums, but they have just either striped or dots on the back so that you can use them even if you're not using even if you're not using them as they were originally quote intended. See, you can see right there. I think that one's a first anniversary card. So I've had these cards for, oh my gosh, my second nephew was married in 2016. So I've had them for a while. They're lasting me a while, but that's okay. I use them. And this just fit that opening as a perfect 3x4. So I'm having a little bit of a hard time making sure that it fits perfectly in there. Okay, so just adding that in. And there we go. Okay, so now I'm looking at other things that I can use to embellish, and I really like this flower, but I don't love the ruler, so I'm thinking I can perhaps cut that apart. I'm thinking about that butterfly, thinking that that could perhaps be cut apart as well, or not cut apart, but used as well. Oh my goodness, I think this is about the fourth voiceover I've done in a row, and obviously it's showing. And then I find that it's a feather that says good things. And the feather doesn't really mean anything, but the good things does, because I think these are all yummy good things. So I'm going to cut apart this flower and this ruler piece here, and I'll save that for another layout, and just kind of nestle that feather into the flower there. And that way it kind of hides the fact that it's a feather. I don't know what it is, but I'm not a big fan of feathers as embellishments. And some collections have a lot of them. Then I find this bird, which is funny because, he has feathers or she has feathers. But the bird kind of reminds me of all the colors that you see in Mexico, and especially like in Mexican pottery. So that's why, and that kind of also did the same thing with the Kaleidoscope, that background paper, even though the colors aren't necessarily the colors you would see, but it just kind of reminds me of it. Then I found this phrase sticker from the Vicki Booten storyteller stickers. It says make the magic happen because I was making the magic by cooking these traditional dishes from my family. And then I'm going through and I'm going to add these chipboard flowers. They're from the Storyteller Tell Your Story thickers, and I'll put one in each of the clusters. Okay, and then I'm just thinking about what else I can use to embellish this. And in the Vicki Booten Let's Wander thickers, which I think was the Let's Wander collection, I find this arrow, and I just like that it's kind of pointing to the finished dish. It has a little bit of gold in it, so there's a little bit of blinginess to it. And then in addition, I decided to add these black circular stars here, kind of as a nod to a 5-star meal, but I like how that also brings the gold all the way around. So I put one of those in each of the clusters as well. And then just to get those on there, because I don't want them to fall off, because, you know, chipboard glue, not reliable. I'm just adding some teeny tiny little glue dots there to get those on. All right, guys, here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye, everybody.